Get started, and this is not going to be a long meeting. I know everyone is anxious to watch the Ravens game, so just getting started. So, first things first, by watching or reading this, you're saying you understand the following. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not trading advice. This session is solely for educational purposes. There are significant financial risks associated with options trading, and I'm not liable for your wins or losses in the market if you decide to act on this information. Okay, so all right, let's go right into top options flow. Let's start with the call flow. On Friday, the top call options flow went into Tesla. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying because I want to kind of synchronize this stuff and make it all make sense for you all. So the top call options flow went into Tesla, followed by Disney, Coin, PLTR, and X. And I'm gonna throw APP in there. Shout out to APP. On the put side, top put options flow went into NVIDIA, Meta, MSTR, Microsoft, and EEM. For the full week, top call options flow went into NVIDIA, Coin, Tesla, MSTR, and DoorDash. Let's throw APP in there too. On the put side, they were shorting AbbVie, TLT, BA, CRUS, and AZN. Okay, all right, so I see a few healthcare stocks that were being shorted. Okay, we're gonna unpack that a little bit, see what's going on with it. Now, let me just hop into things because, like I said, we're just gonna try to not rush through things, but run through a few things. All right, cool. Actually, that's not even updated, and neither is this slide. I didn't do any highlights for this week. And again, we're still in the month of November, so this is still the profits for the month of October, where we generated over $5,979 per single option. So that means for those who purchased just one options contract for each trade that I alerted, excluding all of the earnings plays that you see us in all the time. There were a few in here, but nothing like that. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there every time. That's something to be proud of. You know, on a $250 a month membership, clearing over 2,300% profit. That's an ROI on that that membership. So okay, lessons learned. I always have a lessons learned. So you know, sometimes we play earnings and stuff like that, and there are a few, you know, we have an earnings circle where we play a lot of earnings. And on Friday, I had this aha moment. And it wasn't really an aha moment, but sometimes we're in more than one earnings. And we were in two earnings on Friday. And I made a joke, but it was really a sigh of relief in a way. I said, I'm so glad that I only put you all in two earnings trades, you know, because you know, the morning after, you know, because a lot of times we play earnings the morning after, because that's where the volatility is. Once you figure out where the stock goes, I mean, where it's going to go, how the earnings call went, and what the sentiment is on that particular stock, then you can, and you already have the levels in the setup, we can play it then. But if there are multiple trades, that can be hectic. That's like playing Meta and Tesla at the, you know, simultaneously. Is like trying to play those two stocks simultaneously is just you're gonna miss out in some way. But either way, I had the team in two earnings trades, and one of them was wasn't as impactful as the other, but it was good. It felt good just to be managing those trades. So I just told myself, even if it means leave a little money on the table, I try not to do more than two of those trades at one time, because that morning trying to trade those stocks the morning after that type of volatility is just hard. And it's just like you're being greedy, and there's no way you can really concentrate your forces in a situation like that. Two is too much, but you know, I'm just working on working on it. So that's a lesson learned for me. Another one is that shoot, I lost my train of thought on that one. But yeah, no, so actually, I was on Zoom on Friday morning with some new members, and we were just going through the price action, and we were in a few plays, and it's pretty good Zoom session on Friday. And one of the new members said, you know, because sometimes, you know, I schedule Zooms for, well, just say I have a schedule where if I'm going to be on Zoom, for the most part, it's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But I only get on Zoom if I have something impactful to say, or if I'm trading, I'm going to trade and I want to, walk price down with my team or something like that. Otherwise, I like to represent the best part of myself. And the thing is, it's almost like this. And I'm going to compare it to a casino in this regard because it can be, everybody got that gambling gene, and we have to keep it under control. And it's like saying, you know what, I'm not going to gamble today, but you're going to just sit at the casino and just talk about slot machines. You know what I mean? It's an accident. It's a dangerous game to play. So when I don't have anything to say and we're not in any plays and I'm not feeling, you know, in the zone that day, I'm not going to get on Zoom because I'm not trying to trade. And sometimes you can get kind of, you'll get sucked into a trade, or you say, hey, this may be a good one. But when you already decided that day you weren't going to trade and you weren't really feeling it that day, so I only trade when I'm feeling it. And that mentality has gotten us, it has never stopped us from making several $1,000s per single option on a month. So even if I don't trade for a full week, we're still going to make that money that month. So, just don't be so, have to realize, don't be so pressed to trade all the time. Some days, oh, well, Zoom is scheduled for this day, and I'm paying for this or something like that. Look, some days I'll be on Zoom on a Monday or Wednesday because that's the day I'm deciding to trade, or there's an opportunity to teach and I want to be there. So, don't get so caught up in the days. Like, for example, Friday, I stayed on Zoom until I was on Zoom until afternoon, and I think Tuesday I was on there for like 4 hours, and Zoom is only scheduled for like an hour. So it balances itself out in the end of the day. And like I said, I don't want to get too caught up in the Zoom versus yeah. So one of my members said, she made a good point. She was like, well, because the session was so good on Friday and I was teaching, she was like, I would like to still hear your thought process some days, when even if you don't feel like you want to be on Zoom. Uh, on a day where you may be calling out of a trade, and there's a difference. So like there's some times when I'm in lights out mode where I got heavy ADHD and it's under control, but you have to know your weaknesses and you have to know your strengths and your weaknesses, and you have to accept them. So there are days where when I get on Zoom, I feel like I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher, and that's okay. I love to talk and teach and lead, and I'm good at it. So that's fine. But sometimes it get in the way of the trade because I'm so busy trying to explain every single part, and then I miss my entry. So sometimes I need to be zoned in so I can stay focused and just alert the trade. Then we can talk afterwards. So, but there are days where, we're foxing the trade together, and I'm like, all right, cool, we're going to get in here. And then I'll let the team know I'm going to go silent, and we're going to just walk this down. So there just have to be a healthy balance. And so that's another lessons learned that I had today, and I'm on Friday, and I just wanted to kind of share with everyone to be transparent. But let's just hop into things, man, because we got a lot of charts to cover and we got not too much time. Chart setups just goes perfectly. Now look, so I just migrated over to a new system just so we could just for more efficiency, and I haven't set up my full all of my apps. So that's why you don't have my template on right now. Let's just dive right in. So where am I going to start? You know what? Since I got I didn't want to start with Disney, but since we got it up, I'm just going to stick with it. All right. So this is the Disney daily chart. I'm going to zoom out so that way you can see a little bit more what's going on. So this is the weekly chart on Disney. And actually it's been so long. I can actually go down to the monthly chart so you can see that's what I wanted y'all to see. Look at this. Look at what you see on this Disney chart. We'll break it down a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of zoom out. Look, when in doubt, zoom out. Whenever there's a lot of noise, you can zoom out and find out what's really going on. And this is what we have going on this Disney chart right here. So we got a breakout on the week, the day, the week, and the month, right? And we got a candle confirmation here, but we finished right here at a key level on the month. So now let's go back down to the week. What is that? Hold on a second. Disney, what's the descending wedge? That's in support. It's been holding since COVID. Okay, this was from a while ago. Okay, gotcha. Something that I put in there months ago. All right. And I'm going to go back down to the daily here. All right, so I just want to kind of give you zoom out first. Sometimes it'd be a lot of noise. So I'm just going to keep it simple with Disney. So Disney right here just closed this gap here. We had an earnings gap right here that just got closed. It's going to just show you. This just got closed Friday. And so this is what I'm looking for now. I got a few levels already marked on this chart, so I'm going to keep it like that. But um, something else, clone, putting this down here. So, okay. Just to kind of be, a little bit more precise with a few things, right? So here we go for Disney. Calls over 115.19 for a move to 116.82, 118.37, 122.38. And so this is a pretty big move now for Disney to break out the way it has, and it looks pretty good. Now it's a long way down for puts, but hey, anything is possible. For this one, under 110.25, looking for a move back down. Now, see, this is the thing about Disney, though. There's a level. We got a level here where there was a gap, so that would be my first target right here, 107.65, and then 104.98 or 105. So and it's been doing pretty good at holding that non-EMA, so that kind of falls right up in that area if it was to come down. Now, personally, I don't think I gotta see now. This is where you have to do surgery on the candle. So I'm gonna do surgery on this daily candle really quickly to see if I see anything. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, no, that kind of plays out exactly where I thought. So that'd be cool. I think it stays up in that area. If anything, we get a retest of this non-EMA possibly and then take off. So yeah, keep Disney on watch. All right, got that one out of the way. I'm gonna jump right into Tesla because everybody, you saw on the flow list, right, how Tesla was looking. And here we go. Look, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful retest here on Tesla. Now, a lot of people were chasing Tesla last week because of what happened the week before. I was trying to tell everyone it wasn't going to 400 because you got to I'm not saying that it couldn't have gone to 400, but it just wasn't giving 400 vibes at that moment for me. I felt like it had to clear 350 first, but we got a nice retest here on the pullback. I love what I'm seeing here for Tesla. So we could get a nice move this week. I would keep this one on watch, on heavy watch this week, and it could potentially be a really pretty big trade for this week. This is what I say. So over 324.68, I'm looking for a move back up into to 330. So I'm looking for 330. I got some of these levels here, but I'm just gonna clear this off because some of them were made on a lower time frame. So I'll be looking for a move up here to fill this gap up here. What is that? 330. Yeah, so the gap up here to 330. And then my next move, well, let's just stick to 330. And then we will be looking to get up here to 346. But I would be 330, 342, and then 346. But I'll show you on another time frame. On another time frame. Now for puts, if we were to lose 309.22, looking for a move back down here to fill this gap here at 296.91 and then possibly down to 286.56. But Tesla looks pretty bullish. But again, we got to just let the market do what it does, and we'll see. I like this pullback. It looks really good. And here's the weekly chart on Tesla. So it's still got a nice little break hold, and you see how it came back down and retested this breakout area. This is a really, really strong support and a really nice chart, and it could really go far here on this chart. So keep Tesla on watch. This is big Tesla this week. Big Tesla. Keep this one on watch. I love a bull flag. Y'all know I do. Let's move on. All right. QQQ, because QQQ, I like the trend, right? So the trend is your friend. It looked like it wants this 50 EMA here, but it bounced off a key level, and I'm not going to really call it a bounce. It came down here and it finished back up here above this level that I have here. But if you're looking at the trend, like the trend is your friend. But just one sec, show you a little something. Yeah, hold on. This thing works sometimes and sometimes. There we go. Come on, let's go. And one sec. Shit. There we go. Cool. That's even better. So you see, we got this trend this trend up in here. It came in, and that looks even better. See, but I was just so focused. That's why I always tell my team, and according to the options trading Bible, it's market structure over EMAs, market structure over P&L. And I'm so busy focusing on the 50, that I'm ignoring what I'm seeing. And actually, hold on one second. But either way, what I was saying, look at QQQ, man. I still think it has room down here to the 50 EMA if it was to lose the area, but I just wanted to mark this up. So here we go. So puts under 494.49 for a move down to 491. I'm sorry, 492.50 first, and then 491.40. Now, in a perfect world, hopefully it would bounce there, but if it didn't, we got some more levels under that, as you can see here. Now, for the calls, now we got a little ways up, but it's okay. I feel like we could bounce. We may gap up tomorrow, but we'll see how the Asian futures market handles things tonight. Calls over 503.35, and then we're going to fill this gap, but it's halfway through the gap, we get up to 505.71 first, which kind of lines up here with this non-EMA. So we got to get through there. So let's just watch that too. And then we got the gap fill area here at 508.69. So that's what there are two targets for QQQ. Now let me just move on a little bit. All right. So moving right along. I'm going to hit Meta because this is a good one. It's important. Actually, I got Meta queued up over here. So here's this broadening formation on Meta, which is still kind of bull flaggy-ish, but when stock is consolidating, you got a range, but this is just look right here. Just look at what I'm going for right now. We got a gap fill area that I have marked here, and it looked like Meta wants that area. So what I'm gonna say is if Meta loses 549, because look, we can play games all day long if we want to and be like, puts under 551.50, but nah, you don't want to play that game with Meta because it will chop you up. What you want to do, you want to wait because there's a possibility that it can bounce off this gap fill area. So I'm gonna say if Meta loses 549, then you got to move down to your first target would be 542.41. And then 537.95. So, but now I want y'all to pay attention to this because look, this is an unconventional way to play it, but I want to tell you something. So now if Meta bounce off of the top of this gap fill area, you can play this up to, so you'll be having to watch this because it may just gap up. You never know how Meta, and then you'll have to look for a setup on a lower time frame. But if Meta was to bounce off of this, you can play this up to 561.74 and then up to 564.88. That's the 50-day. Now, if we reclaim that, now we near our trigger for calls. Our trigger for calls on this one is 572.57, and then we would play the gap fill, play this up to the gap here at 577.16. I'm sorry, 577.16, and then possibly up to 583.66. So just keep this on watch. Again, Meta is just it's a weird situation right now. I like this Meta. It looks like it wants puts. Now let's zoom out and look at the weekly chart here. You see it has a trend here. First it was when it was holding up in here, I'm like, you know what? It probably bounces here, but we got that flush down here and it looked like it wants to come down here and complete that move. So let's just keep it on watch and see what happens because again, we can get a relief bounce depending on what the market does, but it just looked like that's where Meta is headed. So yeah, keep Meta on watch. Let me go ahead and hit something I said I wanted to hit. I wanted to make sure I hit it. AMAT, yeah, AMAT had earnings last week, and it looked like it's giving 160 vibes. So check this out. Look at this chart. This is the inverse hammer it had right here after gapping down, dropping like $20, and it looks like it wants 160. They want to just headed towards this gap fill area. Now there's some levels ahead, levels on the way, but just want to keep it on watch. That's a long way down. I mean, not really, but it's a few gaps in there ahead of there that lines up with other targets that you could possibly hit along the way. But this is what I would do. So for this, if we were to lose that 167.33, the next target would be 164.43, then 160. 28. Now, it could bounce here because again, it's a level right here also where it finished. So, price could bounce up in this area. Now, let me zoom out again on this one too, so we can get a see. That's some crazy looks I have. I wasn't looking at the weekly on it, but it cleans things up a lot. So that's a level here where it bounced at, where it's finished at. Could keep flushing down, but it could bounce, give a little relief bounce first. So it's a ways, things that could possibly happen. But yeah, so if we were to get back over, 174.07, that would be our trigger for calls. And then I guess your first target would be up in here. I would, up to, what is that, 170, 179, 179 area. That's where I would be looking for as far as the target goes. 179, just call it 179. And then you got the gap fill that comes next. So, but yeah, this is a big one. And again, I'm not too big on the call side for this one. That's a pretty big flush. So let's just see what happens. But like it did finish at that area. That doesn't mean we don't get a continuation, but just keep it on watch. Let me move on to, oh yeah, APP. APP bull flagging, right? So we had a crazy earnings. We benefited off of this. It went up here, and now it's bull flagging. It's consolidating in this area. So let's just say, so over 292.05. I'm looking for a move up to the all-time high. So let's just say up to 300, right? So that 302.55. So let's put 300. Let's just call it 300, right? Now, if we were to lose 277.50, we're gonna make a move back down here to this 50-day EMA. I'm sorry, the 9 EMA at 259.52. Now just be careful with this. Again, it's been give it a little bit of range, but yeah, that's where I would see it coming back down to if it was to lose that area. But pretty bullish on it though. So keep it on watch. App 11, crazy earnings, crazy earnings. Let me hit one of my stocks really quickly. Goldman Sachs, how I feel about Goldman Sachs. Another stock that's like consolidating up here and looks great. So it finished inside on Friday, Goldman Sachs is another one of the ones you just want to keep on watch. Financials, keep it on watch. So for this one, see, the only thing right now, Goldman Sachs, and it's been like this for whenever it's in play, it's a pretty expensive play. You know what I mean? So it's got to keep on, be careful with it because it's pretty expensive. But over 595.14, looking for a move back up into this area here, up to 6. Let me just put a level here so you can see what I'm saying. Just like up here. So up to 670. So 670 is where I would that would be my first target on Goldman Sachs if it was to break out, right? So inside is a neutralizing candle. Now on the put side, under 587.09, looking for a move back down to the 9 EMA at 580. So again, just keep this on watch, man. And yeah, pretty nice move. I think that's a pretty substantial move for a Goldman Sachs play. Now, one sec. Right along. Ooh. All right. So Fed speakers this week. We got Goolsbee on Monday at 10 a.m. We got Schmidt at Tuesday at 10 p.m. We have Cook. She's speaking Wednesday at 11 a.m. We got Bowman Wednesday at 12:15 p.m. Hammock Thursday 8:45 a.m. Goolsbee again Thursday at 12:45 p.m. We got Barr Thursday at 4:40 and Bowman at 6:15 p.m. Economic data, we have building permits Tuesday, housing starts Tuesday, jobless claims Thursday, Philly Fed manufacturing index Thursday, existing home sales Thursday, services PMI Friday, manufacturing PMI Friday, and consumer sentiment Friday. Hey fam, that's all that I have for today. Get over here and watch this Ravens game. Look, it ain't even 2 p.m. yet, right? It's about to be 2 p.m., but I wanted to make sure I got this meeting done in time for you all to get it live or to get it during the time that you would normally get it live. I'll see y'all on the other side, and make sure y'all leave some comments on it. Like the video if you see it, so I know that y'all getting some value out of this. Because if you, yeah, just let me know what y'all think or whatever. And if y'all got any questions, if I missed anything that you wanted to cover, and look, so I did not miss NVIDIA. I just want to be, I'm a cover NVIDIA, but I'm gonna cover it on Zoom live with my team on this week. I'm gonna cover it on Tuesday on Zoom, on live on Zoom with my team. Cheers.